The real reason that so many men feel disrespected after 40. You trained everyone to need you. That's really it in a nutshell. You trained everyone to need you, but not to value you. That's why you're feeling that way. You trained again everyone to need you, but no one to value you. And this statement is one that captures a deep truth that many men face as they cross through the threshold of their 40s and beyond. Some they get to it a little bit later. It's not just about aging and changing roles. It's about how the relationship and expectations built around decades of have suddenly shifted over decades have suddenly shifted for you, and many feel overlooked or undervalued because of it. Understand why this happens can help you to reclaim your respect and find a new purpose for you as a man. Um, why disrespect feels different after 40. Men often spend their early years and middle adult years building careers, families, social networks. They become out. Let me put that change that. Not that they become out. They become the out to person, as in tasks get put out to them for advice, for support, for help with for help with problems, to get solutions. And over time, this creates a dramatic change where others start to rely on you heavily, more heavily than you may want to. Now, mind you, you may have wanted that in the beginning, but sometimes it gets a little out of control. So, be resilient is not, or being resilient is not always the way to handle things, because things aren't the same. Things have changed. You've changed. The requests have become more and more to where it may be a little bit more than you could handle, but you've been handling it. You've been knocking it out, but it's caused an effect. So by the time a man reaches 40, this role has changed and there's been a shift. Again, your child or children are now more independent. Your careers have plateaued and or changed, changed careers totally. Your social circle has evolved, and those people have changed, moved on, left the country, all types of different things. The consistent demand on you can feel like obligation rather than a appreciation. And also what happens is that this shift can lead to a sense of invisibility and or disrespect, even if no one intended for that to happen. They didn't intend to disrespect you. They didn't intend to send that particular message, but that's what's happened. So dealing with the now and no longer with the past, let's talk about moving forward. The difference between need and value. The key issue lies in the difference between being needed and being valued. Being needed means other people depend on you to solve problems or to fill roles. Being valued means that other people recognize the work beyond what you do for them. They understand you and recognize you as a person. For example, a man might, be a family's financial provider, or a friend who is always there to listen. These roles are created independently, but if a family member and or a friend never acknowledges that his feelings or achievements or struggle, then that man may feel like he's a tool rather than a person, feel as though they're neglected, not being taken for what they're truly worth. This gap grows wider when men do not set boundaries and or communicate the fact that they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel recognized, and this reinforces that cycle. So social expectations also play a role in this. Cultural norms often treat men to be strong, self-reliant providers, and expressing vulnerability or asking for respect can feel like a weakness. Oh, he's just complaining or he's in his feelings right now. This mindset makes it harder for men to address their feelings and their feelings of disrespect in an open manner or openly in any kind of way. At 40, many men face the crossroads of societal expectations and they're crushed when their personal desires haven't been met. They may want deep connection and or acknowledgement, but feel trapped by the roles in which they've played. So this tension can also cause frustration and or isolation to that man or the person in question. So let's look at some practical steps to reclaim your self-respect. One, communicate openly. Two, set clear boundaries, what you will and won't do, or what you are not going to do any longer, or the fact that you may feel disrespected, and invest in your self care. Do things that are going to help to protect you from that feeling of overwhelmed and protect your energy and signal that your time and effort are valuable and that you deserve respect for it. The next is invest again, like I said, in your own self care and nature and your well being by hobbies, exercise, quiet reflection. All of these things can be very helpful to you. Again, seek new roles that challenge you. That new role, that change of pace could be something that brings a new way of seeing things, a new way of approaching things, because again, it's a change in your environment. Also, build a supportive relationship. Build supportive relationships with people that again, are like minded or people that know more than you. If you're the smartest person in the room, again, you're probably in the wrong room. If you're not getting the response that you want from the effort that you're putting forward, then again, maybe you need to make some changes in your life. So again, I gave an example once about the fact that you're in a club or an organization, and let's say there's 25, 10, 50 people in the club. Yet if you look around you, the same 4 or 5 people are doing all the work. They're providing all the logistics. They're putting in all the input, but they're also gaining all the flack. Why? Because the other people want to be naysayers, but they don't want to support what's actually going on. They don't want to be part of the progress in what's going on. They want to claim the fame. They want to wear the colors, so to speak, but they don't want to take active responsibility in what they're doing. So they'll complain about everything. So you want to set your boundaries by delegating tasks at home and express your feelings in what it is that you're doing. And of course, at work, and be honest. The truth is the truth. Stand up for what's right and portray the truth by giving the truth and being an original person. What matters here? Feeling disrespected affects your mental health, your relationships, and your overall happiness. Men who understand the differences between need and value can break free from this underbalance and this unbalance in their lives and create a dynamic change in their ability to move forward. They can build lives where respect is mutual and genuine. This shift benefits not only the man, but it also generates and helps the family and the community. When men feel valued, they contribute more fully and more authentically. Again, something to think about. This is Mr. Z from Mr. Z Inspires. Please like, share, and follow. And if this is something that you believe can help other people, please share it with them. And follow us on our YouTube page at mrzinspires.com. Or excuse me, Mr. Z Inspires. The website is mrzinspires.com. Thank you, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Be well.